So got the planter unhooked from the tractor. I was hoping I could do it stacked, but I'd have to put the other leg supports on it, so it didn't want to tip back. And I figured I can probably do it with it folded out. So it's kind of at a good height now where I can get the rest of the wiring harness on around the front, investigate liquid fertilizer options in terms of doing that and all this kind of stuff, and basically build up some kind of bracket that I can put up here to put that to set that other control box on. So I'm gonna pick away at that. Did some more work this morning and this afternoon on the planter. Actually fabricated some brackets. The guys from Malari were here this morning, which helped out, and they kind of gave me some good pointers on where to run stuff. I was on the right track, which is good, so I actually fabricated these brackets up here. I'm going to pull them off again to paint them here and here, but it's actually going to suspend the wiring on this side here and just kind of zip tie them in against that. And they actually said, yeah, feed them through here because that's what they would do with the markers. I just got to make a loop here to give it a little bit of slack. So that's in good shape. Got the wiring harness on for the center part of the section here for the precision planting stuff. Which is nice to have out of the way. Progress is good. Just feel like I gotta run to town for parts again. I just feel like every day I go to town to get something, but it seems to be at that point where I'm gonna get a hydraulic line made up to see how that works. I gotta find a couple fittings that are a little different for the hydraulic lines for the down pressure, so I can attach them on a 90. See if other parts I ordered are in, and then just kind of keep plugging away. I'll probably pull those brackets off and paint them. I got to fabricate another bracket to go over top to mount the power distribution on. Got to make another bracket on the other side to hold the vacuum hoses on. So I think I got to run to town quick and get some metal and stuff I need to fabricate brackets, get them fabricated, paint them overnight, and then they'll be good to mount tomorrow morning. So that's where I'm at. Well, just finished fabricating bracket for the power distribution for the V drives and the V drives on the meters. Fabricated these up and painted them, and gonna run some wiring through this. Did some experimenting with liquid fertilizer to see how that worked out. Overall, I think pretty good. Going to just start fishing some wires, getting stuff fastened up, and might paint some stuff too. And in pretty good shape. Well, back from Iowa. I was at Ames, Iowa for 10 days at a Nuffield Contemporary Scholars Conference. Got to meet I think 72 or 75 scholars from around the world. France, New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Japan, and probably some other countries. Well, US, us Canadians. Pretty cool to interact with farmers from around the world. I think the biggest takeaway was that we all have problems with consumer perceptions of agriculture, no matter what country you're in. Some countries are maybe doing a bit better job than others because they're forced to. Regulations are different across the world. Some are incentivizing environmental practices more so than others. So, there's quite a different philosophy around farming practices. But all in all, pretty cool. Water was a big topic just because we were close to Nebraska, where all that flooding was. I actually got to see some of the Missouri River. 4-lane highway totally gone. I'll maybe put a little clip of a video of that just to get an idea. It was hard to see that day, but it was just water as far as the eye can see. So I really feel for those farmers that are impacted by that flooding. But whether it's too much water or not enough water seems to be a common thread in water quality, and soil health is a big one. And how do we kept talking about how to feed the world. But I think the biggest positive I have in that room is, there's a group of 72 people that are all stepping up to the plate with a topic around their Nuffield Scholarship to make the world a better place. And I think that's what agriculture has always been about. Not only just trying to produce food and feed for livestock and stuff like that, but it's always kind of about doing what's right. We have some challenges with that. We got some that maybe don't subscribe to that philosophy as much as others, but I think all in all, the world is in good hands. We might get a little depressed and upset with some of the stuff that's happening, but overall I think the world's in a good spot. But well, not much of a productive day for Friday, not expected. A few visitors and some other stuff, so just going to start working on the planter again, kind of late afternoon. As I said, waiting on parts and some other precision planting stuff, so I'm basically going to just start rebuilding the row units by putting new discs on them. And just making sure everything is in the proper alignment and stuff like that. So as you can see here, I got new disc blades on and got the gauge wheels kind of back on and right, and then I put a new bushing in there for the arms, so there's still a little bit of play in it, but not as bad as it was. And put the hopper back on to make sure the cabling and wire and vacuum lines are all going to work well right there. So I think it looks pretty good. So basically just going to kind of keep at doing the roll units here and pick away at that. And I'm switching the tractor out today with my planter tractor that I'm going to use. It's that Hearing tractor right now getting its annual service inspection and a little bit of work done on it, and this one is going to go in now. So tomorrow I'm just going to do the switcheroo and bring that one back so I can probably hook up to the Larry cart and actually hook the planter back up to the cart, and I think start working on some of that major wiring that goes up to the cab and figure some of that stuff out. But I have to say the bulk of the planter is pretty much put together, so I'm pretty stoked about that, because just some odds and sods to get the hydraulic lines made up, and I'll probably do that next week and wait for those precision planting parts to come in and